Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining us today. Today is the disappearance day of Haridas Thakur. So we want to talk about Haridas Thakur, this amazing personality. Now, wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Radha Madhav, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees, so that we can share a few pastimes of this incredible soul. Now, who is Haridas Thakur? Haridas Thakur actually is a personality who came just about 35 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486. So Haridas Thakur appeared around about 1451. And he appeared in a Muslim family, grew up as a Muslim. But at an early age, he saw the glory of Vaishnavism. Now, who is Haridas Thakur? Actually, in his previous life, he's regarded to be an incarnation of Lord Brahma and also Prahlad Maharaj. So it's a mixture of the two. And for some reason, Lord Brahma was cursed to become a Shudra. So he appeared as a Shudra in a Muslim family. And he was, but he was one of the greatest devotees in the world. As Haridas Thakur, he was born in a village of Buron or Budana in Bangladesh. He was a very close associate of Advaitacharya. In fact, he accepted Advaitacharya as his spiritual master. And Advaitacharya had great love for Haridas Thakur, great love. For example, one time Advaitacharya organized a feast for the Vaishnavas, for the Brahmins. But the first person that was fed was Haridas Thakur. And maybe some of the Brahminical community protested to Advaitacharya that, why are you feeding a Shudra before us? But Advaitacharya explained that Haridas Thakur is he's one of the greatest Vaishnavas, great Vaishnava. And a Vaishnava is above all casteism, all creedism. So that is why we are starting this distribution of prasad with first giving the first plate to Haridas Thakur. Yes, he was born in a Shudra family. But when one becomes a Vaishnava, then all these designations are ignored. The Vaishnava is above all social, or the Varnas or the ashrams, Varnashram. So in that way, Haridas was given great honor. And Haridas's mood was always of chanting. He's known as Nam Acharya. Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. He's the example. He's the leader of the chanting the holy names of the Lord. And he would chant every day 300,000 names of God, of the Mahamantra. He would chant 192 rounds. So we chant 16 rounds every day, minimum, sometimes more. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he wanted his disciples to chant 64 rounds every day. That's 1 lakh. But Haridas Thakur chanted 3 times that, 192 rounds. And practically it took him most of his time, most of his day. He would have maybe a few hours to do other things, rest, eat. Sometimes even that he would forget. He was so engrossed in chanting. And one of the main places he would chant is Siddhabakul in Jagannath Puri. And that place is still there. And there's a Siddhabakul tree, very beautiful tree, where one can also chant as long as one is able to when one goes to Jagannath Puri and get the potency, get the mercy of Haridas Thakur. One time Haridas Thakur, the local Hindus were envious of him chanting the holy name. Being a Muslim, they were not in agreement with what his practice is. So they sent a prostitute to seduce him. And Haridas Thakur, when she saw the prostitute, he said, yes, no problem. Just let me finish my rounds. I have a few more rounds to chant today. Let me finish them. And then, so he chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the prostitute sat, listened to him chant. Of course, he chanted all the way through the night, and it was morning. And he said well, I can't do anything now. So she said, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. She came back tomorrow. Haridas said, same thing. I haven't finished my rounds yet. Let me chant. And then whatever. So he chanted again all the way through the night, and the prostitute was listening. In the third night, she became a devotee. She started chanting herself. This is the potency of the devotee. He can change the hearts of even the most ignorant of persons. This is why we are so grateful to the Vaishnavas, to the devotees, especially Srila Prabhupada, who's opened our eyes with his transcendental purports, especially with Guru Maharaj, who has given us shelter at his lotus feet. So these Vaishnavas, these devotees are very important to us. Without them, we would be, where would we be? We still be, well, we still are connected with this world. But with these devotees, we can actually make some effort to, again, reconnect with the Supreme Lord and try to remember him as much as possible. So then Haridas Thakur, he guided the former prostitute to sit before a tulsi plant and chant. And she would also chant 300,000 names of the Lord. This is the potency of the devotee. Association with the devotee is very powerful. Even a moment's association can change one's life. And conversely, even a moment's association with a non-devotee can destroy one's life. So this was the power of Haridas Thakur. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. So then even the Hindus who had conspired to send this prostitute, they were also amazed by her transformation. And yeah, I think she was sent actually by the Chandakasi, or the Muslim ruler at that time. I think it was Hussein Shah, maybe. So this also shows the potency of the devotee. When perhaps even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot avoid temptation, the devotee is able to do that. This is one of the potencies of the devotee. So just 1 second. So Haridas Thakur One time, the Muslim ruler, again, the Hindus complained to the Muslim ruler that this fellow, he's a Muslim and he's chanting the holy names of Krishna. Do something about it. So the Muslim ruler decided to flog him, to hit him, get his people to hit him in I think it was 18 different marketplaces. He was punished. His back was hit with the ropes and whatever else. Now, Haridas Thakur, while being hit, he would just chant the holy names and he felt absolutely nothing. He felt nothing. And the people who were hitting him, they pleaded with Haridas, look, we're hitting you, but nothing's happening. We're going to get punished unless you die. So Haridas pretended to die. He just fell, and just to protect those people who were punishing him, he pretended to die. So in that way, and then later on, when he met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Haridas Thakur, "You're such a great devotee. I took the pain. I took the lashes that they were giving you on my back." And he showed him his back. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Haridas Thakur the lashes on his own back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own back. So this is the relationship between the devotee and the Lord. The devotee is completely dedicated, and the Lord completely protects his devotee. This is the glory of this transcendental relationship between God and his devotee. When Haridas Thakur was in Jagannath Puri, although he was very, very, very qualified, great Vaishnava, he never entered the Jagannath temple. Never entered the Jagannath temple, not even once. And he would be asked, why are you not going to have darshan of Jagannath? He said, well, I'm too fallen. I am too fallen. I cannot have the darshan of Jagannath. Although he's the greatest Vaishnava. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to visit Haridas Thakur every single day. So that Jagannath who is in the temple, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, would go and visit Haridas. Even though Haridas Thakur felt so fallen, he would not visit Jagannath. Jagannath would visit him every single day in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is, again, you see that loving transactions between the Lord and his devotee. And the Lord would bring him prasad. Haridas would have no time to cook. He was chanting so many rounds. So he would bring him Jagannath prasad. And Haridas Thakur would feel so bad. First, the Lord has taken the lashes on his back. Now he's coming out of his way to feed me. But this is what the Lord does. Now, when Haridas Thakur was older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please let me leave this world before you. I don't want to be in this world when you're not here. Let me die looking at you, having darshan of you. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fulfilled that desire of Haridas Thakur. He said, yes, okay. You can die when I am in front of you. And he did. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he carried the body of Haridas Thakur and he danced with his body. He danced with his body. This is how much regard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had for Haridas Thakur. Normally a dead body is considered very impure. You don't touch it. But here, Haridas body was taken in the arms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he danced with his body, danced chanting the Mahamantra. This is how much love Chaitanya had for Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur is an example for us. We pray every single day, my dear Haridas, Srila Haridas Thakur, please allow us to chant like you are chanting. Let us follow in your footsteps. And at some point in our life, we have to try to simply chant, simply engross ourselves like Haridas. Yes, we may be doing a lot of seva, service. We may be doing so much work, so much commitment to our families, etc., 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 etc. But there needs to come that moment in our life where we give up all of the other activities, family life, work life, even perhaps seva, to simply focus on the holy names of the Lord. This is Yuga Dharma. The chanting of the holy names is Yuga Dharma for this age. And Haridas Thakur is the best example of the devotee who chants and becomes liberated. So we have to judge ourselves when is the appropriate time for us to simply become fully engaged in chanting of the holy names. Service is very, very important. And we all engaged in service in some form or other. And that's highly commended. But still, when the time is right, if we time it right, and we chant, we absorb ourselves completely in the holy names of the Lord, to the extent that we have no other distractions. And if distractions come, like Maya Devi comes, doesn't bother us, then we can fulfill the purpose of our lives. So if that moment doesn't come, what then? If we're engaged in the service of the Lord, the protection of the Lord is always going to be there. There's no doubt about that. So one should not be fearful in any way. If we're serving, if we're in devotion, if we're doing bhakti, there's no lack. But if somehow we can become absorbed in the chanting of the holy names, so much so that there's no other distractions, we're simply chanting, simply chanting, simply chanting. And then we will have perfected our lives. Are there any questions or any comments? Prabhavan, is that okay? Anything you'd like to share? You muted, eh? You muted.
Okay, yeah, I'm not much. It's nice that we can chant anywhere, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's the blessing of the Lord.
Blessing of the Lord. And I think the story you were saying just now is good. I mean, we don't have to think about others. We have to think about self.
Yeah, I mean, when we're doing seva to others, and that's important.
Oh, that is different. That is the seva you're doing for someone else, like helping, crossing the road, or going and feeding the people. That's different.
Very important. Yeah. But you're right. We have to focus on ourselves. If we don't save ourselves, how can we help others?
No, that's why we have to look after ourselves too, because otherwise you can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you sent the video other day about you went, did you went to Dwarka, and it was really nice. I saw it. But as I was seeing those pictures, I was feeling myself inside that I am there.
Yeah, very good.
You know,
very good.
That is a feeling. And then I felt like, oh, look, I can't go, but somebody has sent me the pictures.
Right, right.
It's good. And that's you done your deed. You done your deed like that you send pictures to us. I couldn't go there, but seeing that thing, it was good. And it is good that you done that seva for us.
No, thank you so much for encouraging me. And yes, this is exactly why we doing it.
Yeah.
When he can't go, so why not share?
Why not share? Yeah. And that is very good. Very good.
Thank you.
And if you can help others, it's very nice.
Yeah.
For me, I don't want to say anything. When people listening, I will not share it. No, some of the things I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain you, but this is how I am.
No, I understand.
If you're doing something, you don't have to tell everybody. Is
that's
that what you?
As well.
That's what I think inside me.
That's true as well. Because otherwise, ahankar can come. Oh, I am doing so much. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
And ahankar can come, and something else also. It's washed away then.
Then it's washed away. That's true.
They won't stay with you. So that's it. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everybody. Haridas Thakur ki jai.